What's up, guys? So I wanted to do a video today, just something a little bit different. So what I wanted to talk about is just some of like the stuff I do as far as workout routine. So typically this is a creative channel, which I guess this could, I guess body transformation or something that could be creative endeavor as well. But right, so typically I do photography, I do music, I do things of that nature, but I just figured it'd be a good time just to talk about just kind of the stuff I've done just for my health and just for, I guess just overall health in general. So, because I figure there might be some of us out there that might feel discouraged, might feel like, it's really difficult to get to a certain level, as far as physically, but the thing is that I've realized throughout this process, it's really about consistency. So first thing I want to talk about is just kind of like some specs. So a little bit about me. So, so I come from a weightlifting family. My mom and dad are both power lifters. My dad got a record for an 865-pound bench press at over 50 years old, which is crazy. My mom, I believe, has benched 303 pounds at a meet. So both of them are power lifters. I did not inherit the powerlifting gene. I'd say I'm strong, but definitely not powerlifting. So now, so I kind of grew up, I guess I could say, working out. And it's funny because even as I was younger and kind of working out, I realized like I wasn't getting the gains I wanted. And I realized it kind of boiled down to consistency. And my eating habits were horrible when I was younger, but, so I kind of learned how to work out through them. I understood like the importance of strength training. I learned a lot of techniques and a lot of things from them. I would say I took off probably 6 years, or so of weightlifting, as far as like consistent, like I was doing push-ups and I was staying active. So you can see even in the before pictures that I'm going to show you guys, I was pretty active and pretty lean. But yeah, it was just because I was mainly keeping active and I naturally don't eat a lot and I naturally have a pretty high metabolism. So that also plays effect as well. But yeah, so I learned techniques. I learned all these different details. So I understand how to work out. It's just been a long time. So I took a lot of time off. So I am 6'1", and I weighed at the time 165 pounds when I decided to jump into the gym again. So, so things kind of happened in my life that were a little bit difficult. So that's what kind of motivated me to kind of get to the gym. Just honestly, it was more for like mental, right? Just kind of mental and emotional health, not even the physical aspect. Because I think we can get ourselves kind of in denial at times. I was still like, oh, I'm in shape, whatever, which is fine. I was kind of in shape, but like, I didn't realize where I was, right? Which is kind of interesting. So I decided to join a gym. So I wanted to be frugal. So I wanted to save my money. So I just did Planet Fitness. So a lot of people think Planet Fitness, like how can you stay in shape at a Planet Fitness, right? They don't have a lot of stuff. Now, I like it because it's affordable. So I couldn't justify the price difference for me, just for the way I train. Because as long as they have dumbbells, they have some machines, different free weights, like I'm fine. I've been working out there for 8 months to this date in this particular time of this video. So I started off, like I said, I was 6'1", 165 pounds approximately. And the most I ever weighed was I weighed 180 about 11 years ago, I think, 11 or 12 years ago. And that was when I was working out very frequently, when I first started working out consistently. I was also eating poorly, so I was also heavier and not as lean as I've been at some points. But so after 8 months, I'm now up to about, I think it's 187 at 6'1". So put on over 20 pounds of muscle within this process, which is pretty cool within 8 months. I think I was at roughly the 20-pound mark within 6 months, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so that's, I think, pretty neat. So I wanted to kind of just share what I'm doing, literally like my whole day, just because I think it could be very helpful. Now, just to, kind of share some information. Obviously, you know, we are all different. We all have different body types. We all have different, I mean, even different, you know, like there's Ayurvedic diets, there's all these other things, right? Like, you know, you find out that there's, you know, some of us have, you know, hotter body temperature or lower body temperature. And the fact, I mean, as far as like foods and stuff. So some of us do well with certain foods, some don't. Some work well with certain exercise, some don't. That's why not all diets work for everybody, just because we are all different. So I'm just going to share from my perspective what works for me, and you can share and you can try it and see what works for you. So I like to think of myself as kind of like a life scientist, because that's literally what I've done my whole life, is just experiment and see what works and what doesn't. So I've done that with music, I've done that with art. I was a self-learner in all of those things that I've done, almost everything I've done in my life. And I liked that. I know there's something special about learning from other people's experiences, but there's also something special learning our experiences and kind of trialing the failures and the wins. So I did the same thing with diet. So I've done it, so I've done it for quite some time. So what my workout regimen looks like is I work out Monday through Friday, and I don't spend any longer than an hour essentially in the gym. So it is strength training. So what I do is I separate it to where I have Monday's chest day. I have back on Tuesdays, shoulders on Wednesdays, arms on Thursdays, and legs on Fridays. And I stay pretty true to that. Sometimes I will alternate because I do travel for work from time to time. So if the gym there doesn't have a lot of stuff, then I might switch a day, just swap a day out, and do maybe, arms on a Tuesday because they have dumbbells that I can do for arms, so I might switch some stuff around in that regard, but that's pretty much what I stay true to. Now with those weights, I do a pretty heavy weight. Now I don't go to max necessarily, not frequently. I think it can be bad on the joints from time to time unless your goal is powerlifting. So for me, I will do sets of 8 to 10. That is it. And I will reps. I'll do 8 to 10 reps, and I usually do 3 sets, of whatever workout I do. So for instance, today is Monday, so it was a chest day. So I went to the gym, I did dumbbell bench press. So I did, I got up to doing 75s because that's as much as Planet Fitness has. And, I did sets of 8 or 9, right? I made sure that on the last set, so on the third set, reps, I keep switching those up. On the last set, I did it until it was really, really challenging where I could barely get the last one, which I think was 9. But I'm also going very, very slow. So I go very slow now. So you're talking, getting it down and then pushing up, right? Getting the most out of it. So you can even do lighter weight if you want to protect the joints and just go slower, and that works pretty well. So, I did dumbbell bench. I did incline bench. For those that don't know that, obviously that's leaning the bench up, so you're kind of more upright. You're not laying on your back, but you're kind of tilted back, so it works more on the upper. Then I do decline, so which means the opposite, so you're actually leaning back and working out, and then you're working out the lower part of the chest. And then I did flies, cable flies. I did upward cable flies and then regular cable flies. So that was my chest day, and that was 3 sets of each one, and that was 8 to 10 reps. I did a little bit more on the flies, and I did a little bit lighter just to go slower, and just went till, it was pretty difficult on each one. So that's potentially what it looks like, right? So each day is kind of set out that way. And I do it pretty, and I kind of stick to it. I know sometimes I'll superset, sometimes I'll throw things in there because I know they say it's good to kind of mix things up just for the muscles, for muscle growth and stuff. So I will do different workouts from time to time, switch up different exercises. I'll also include supersets, which is doing 2 exercises together. Sometimes I will incorporate a max here and there, just little details. So it's Monday through Friday. It's just consistent. I don't miss a day because I think it's really important to make sure that I'm there every day doing some type of workout. So that's all I do as far as workout. So within 6 months, just doing that type of routine, or 8 months or whatever, right? I've gained, 20 something pounds of muscle just by doing that, right? Same thing in my cardio. I don't really do cardio much. So I play basketball on Sundays. It's not every Sunday because sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it cancels, we cancel it. But, I play basketball and I'm in very good shape as far as basketball, and all I do is walk. So that's all I do. I don't run. I don't do cardio at the gym. I literally just incorporate walk at this point. So I'll just go out on a walk, you know, walk a couple miles, you know, and I might do that a couple times a week. So at the beginning, you know, towards the beginning of all of this, I was going to the gym and I was actually walking a lot. So I probably wasn't eating enough to kind of maximize the beginning, but I was still, you know, gaining strength and stuff. But yeah, so I walk a few days a week for a couple miles, and that's the only cardio I really do for the most part, besides just naturally being active and doing sports and random things like that. So that's the workout routine. So pretty simple for the most part. And it's something I can do every day that I can do on my own because I know those exercises. Now, diet. My diet is very basic. So what I'm doing is I'm doing obviously a lot of protein, and I like to eat things very simple. So for instance, I pretty much buy the same stuff every week. And I just shop at Aldi because it's relatively inexpensive compared to some places. And it's decent quality for the most part. Now, it's not the best quality stuff, but it is better than a lot of stuff that you'll get. So I go to Aldi. For breakfast, I literally eat the same thing every single day, almost. So I used to do 3 eggs, spinach, and I do 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread. So, you know, for some type of carb or some type of bread, it's one of the healthier bread options. So that's what I've done. I've also subbed out potatoes for bread sometimes. And then recently, over the past month or 2, I've switched to 4 eggs for breakfast. So 4 eggs, a lot of spinach, and, you know, toast. And that's literally my breakfast every single day. Then I'll have a lunch. So my lunch consists of leftovers that I make from dinner the night before. So I cook a lot of steak, so I eat a lot of steak. So I just do sirloin. I also do chicken breast, and I will make it more of kind of like a, I use coconut aminos. That's kind of like a teriyaki sauce. So I use that in rice. I make a lot of salmon, so I lit up salmon. Sometimes I'll incorporate lamb chops or pork steaks or pork chops. Just different types of meat, just basic. And literally my meals are just meat and vegetables, and that's it. So I eat meat and vegetables, make sure that there's always a protein involved, and then I just stop eating when I'm full, right? I make sure I eat good protein, and I just let my body kind of tell me when I'm finished. So I don't overeat, and it feels really good. And then dinner is usually same as lunch. So it's just usually fresh because I make stuff for dinner, and then I work. So I just do a quick lunch, you know, in the middle of the day. So that's it. So I stop eating around 7 to 8 o'clock. Typically it doesn't go to 8 o'clock. That's very rare. But yeah, till about 7 o'clock. And then I don't eat until after my workout. So I work out early morning. And then after I work out, I usually eat a meal, you know, an hour after working out. So, you know, if I'm at the gym, say for instance at 8 o'clock, you know, say I work out an hour, 9 o'clock, I get home and I make, you know, my meal around that time. So that's the first time I eat. So it's kind of like intermittent fasting, but it's doable. It's not like I feel crazy hungry. It's not like I'm torturing myself. It's just literally, I just don't snack as much at night. And then I, you know, work out first and then eat. So I do take a few supplements, which I'll talk about those in a second. But yeah, so it's pretty simple, for the most part. So, now do I snack from time to time? Yeah. I have some cereal sometimes just for fun. That's the thing too, is I wanted something that was consistent that I could keep for a long time. So I know diets tend to be something people can do, and I think they're good to kind of jumpstart healthy habits, but I don't think most of them are something you can do frequently or consistent. So that's why I was trying to make sure that that whatever I'm doing is consistent. So do I go out and eat? Yeah, I eat out maybe twice a week. And if I do, right, I'm eating just normal stuff, you know, cheeseburger and fries. I'm eating pasta. I'm eating, you know, eating at Panera, or right, just eating some type of meal like that. So, and I like it that way. So it's not like super strict, but I'm still making sure that most of the time I'm eating really good meals. So that seems to be working. Now I'll show you some of the supplements I use. Now the crazy thing about supplements is, right, we can never really tell, like, I can't tell, you know, how much they're working because there's so much stuff that I'm doing, right? I don't know if the workouts are the main reason, the eating habits are the right reason, the supplements, right? All those play factors in it. So I don't actually know, but I'll show you what I'm using. And you know, none of these are sponsored by any means, but this is just the stuff I found. So, you know, in the mornings, first thing when I wake up, before I go to the gym, I will take creatine. So creatine monohydrate. This is just a brand NutriCost that I bought off Amazon. I got monohydrate because I listened to Andrew Huberman. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Huberman Labs. He does a lot of research around brains and stuff like that. And he's got a lot of great stuff, but he mentioned creatine monohydrate is a very effective thing for working out. So I made sure I got monohydrate. So that's what I got. So you take 1 scoop a day. I take it with water before I go to the gym. And then to accompany that in the morning, I take L-arginine. So I heard this is good for, you know, nitrous oxide in the blood and good for vascularity. And I've just heard good things about it, so I decided to group it in there as well. So I take this in the morning with my creatine, and some stuff that I've read says it's actually complements very well in some studies. So that is why I take those. So I take those in the mornings, and those are made to be kind of taken with, you don't have to take them with food. And actually the L-arginine, because it's amino acid, they prefer not to take it with food. So so I take those in the mornings, go to the gym. When I get back, I eat my meal, and then after breakfast, then I take these, which are daily stuff. So I take vitamin D, just 1 capsule a day. I take zinc, because I think zinc is a very good thing to take, so I take 1 of those a day. I take quercetin, right, really good for men's health. A lot of people don't know this, so why I'm taking some of these, especially the quercetin, was because I actually had prostate inflammation for a while, and I had some prostate issues that I struggled with. That was before I started working out. And yeah, I was dealing with it for a long time. I didn't know it. I ended up finding, like I said, I'm a life, scientist, right? So I just experimented and came to find out that it was caffeine related or coffee related, and it could have been both. I just know that I kept cutting things out of my diet, whether it be gluten, whether it be milk, whether it be different types of things. And what I found out is when I decided to cut coffee and caffeine, which is the last thing I cut, and it's not like I drank a lot of it. I mean, I drank like maybe 2 cups a day, and it was more like a latte, so it wasn't like a lot of coffee. It cleared up. Everything cleared up. Everything was fine after that point. So that was pretty crazy. So if you are having issues with prostate, men out there, it could potentially be caffeine related or coffee related, or at least it was for me. So quercetin also helps with prostate and things of that nature. So it's a good one to take for men. I also have fish oil. I know there's a lot of, good and bad about fish oil. Fish oil is good for you. I know the quality of fish oil is important. I don't know if I got a good quality one or not. I got it from Walmart. So I'd say probably, I don't know, but I still take it. And then the other thing I take is a protein powder. So I try to get all my protein through meats and stuff first, but I will take a scoop of this a day. Sometimes I forget, but I make sure that I eat enough protein as is. So this is a vegetable-based protein or plant-based protein. I just want to do that a little bit differently because I used to do whey protein back in the day, and it used to kind of make me feel bloated. I don't know if it still will because I'm eating better, but I just found this protein, and it seems to be working okay as far as I know. So yeah, so that's my supplements. So that's literally all I take. So I just thought it would be nice to give you guys a crash course on kind of what I'm doing. It's very simple, right? I'm not like, I'm not doing steroids. I'm not doing like any of these really crazy things. I'm just making a consistent routine of something that anybody could kind of stick to by just eating healthy diet, taking supplements that I think are pretty good for me. And obviously, right, these supplements, if you have health issues, obviously they say to recommend to talk to a doctor about stuff. So feel free to talk to a doctor. This is just what I take. Yeah, and then just working out and making sure I'm in the gym and doing things of that nature. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to share this. It's something that I think is important to me, especially over the last little bit. So hopefully you find this, it's a good video. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to post it in the comments, and I can give you some suggestions. Yeah, just feel free to reach out if you need anything. So that's it for this video. So yeah, like I said, leave in the comments any questions you might have if I didn't hit some stuff that maybe I could have. Like I said, I just thought it was important to kind of share some stuff that's helped me, and hopefully it helps you as well. So awesome. Well, thank you so much. And, you know, feel free to check out my other videos. Feel free to support the channel. I'm relatively new at doing this. So I don't know, that'd be fun to kind of share with everybody. So I'll see y'all later.